I can't remember what.
And which type of aircraft were you in at this point?
We are in the Focke-Wulf 190.
Okay, so you're in the 190 at this point still. Okay.
And flew back, and there was no problem. They didn't make us escort these Junkers Ju-88s, which was actually a fast bomber supposed to drop supply containers.
So never made it all the way to Brest?
No. And they didn't even give us a map of France. I flew by compass. West is to Brest. East is home.
You could have been way off course.
I could have. But you flew with your, hoping that your buddy knew better.
So then what happened?
Well, we were on the way back at one time. Somebody yelled, Mustangs, Mustangs behind us. You know the Mustang is the P51?
Yeah.
And we were told when it says Mustangs, you go about 5 feet above ground and fly there, as low as you can. And we went down, and one of them yelled, my first name is Fritz, Fritz, there's one behind you. And he hadn't even said behind you when I saw the Mustang go by. And the guy made. And I waved right back, and he went around, and then he fired. But he didn't fire on the fuselage as that, he fired at the wing. And I cut everything and ready for belly landing. And I put the tail down and slithered across the landscape. It was sort of wet soil, and then there came those trees, and I smacked into them there. My mouth was a little bit cut here when I hit the instrument panel.
Do you still have, is that the scar from that?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know much about it, because I lost consciousness. I woke up in my own vomit. You do that when you have a commotion. And then I remember commotion of brains, that's what they call it. And I remember waking up in a hospital and a doctor coming and saying, you are not bad off, you'll be all right.
You mentioned to me before, I don't want to interrupt you,
sure.
But you mentioned to me before that the plate was loose and it come
Yeah,
behind you and hit you in the head.
Well, there is, in the Focke-Wulf 190, there is a silhouette of a head and the shoulders. And that head silhouette that has a rod behind it, which can be undone here and folded forward so that the radio people can work and repair or whatever the radio sets behind you. And they had done that, but they did not anchor that rod that holds that hit me, and I still can feel that indentation in my skull. That maybe is the reason why I vomited. But I didn't feel too bad, with a miserable headache, and they discharged me from the hospital, and after 2 days and back to the outfit, but they were already, had already taken off, believe it or not, to Schleswig-Holstein, to the North Sea, north of Hamburg.
What rank are you at this point?
Corporal.
Still a corporal.